Slim T, is there any particular trait you see in women in relationship that you think they are using is actually trend at the moment and it's not the right way, the right thing to do? One of them that I know, and it doesn't really make sense, is this topic of feminism. It did that, I will do this. Men do this, women must do this. If this is how men want it, women will give them back. To me, it's actually it's a virus that is eating deep into good relationship, and it's not making things happen well. These were not happening in our father's days. So are we going to say feminism is an act wherein you want to be like your husband, you want to be like your partner, you want to be like the men do? So for me, it's actually a serious thing. I think the world needs to address it. For me, so okay,
like you said, for me, I'm a feminist.
Really?
Yeah.
Because how you want to do your thing is different, but keep your money to yourself. Let him keep his money to himself. Then where there's need that arises, both of you know how you want to allocate money to. Yes, but I rendering my money, giving my money to you, that's not respect. It's even trying to wait. Let me finish my talk. It's even trying to strip the woman of who she is. When she needs money, she'll not come and need her and say, "Baby, please, I want to buy a pata."
That woman should be every woman's role model in this country. If you want to achieve, if you want to become someone in life,
Mrs. Ibukun, okay.
Mrs. Ibukun Awoshika, mommy, in fact, mommy, I'm sorry for saying Ibukun Awoshika, mommy Ibukun Awoshika. If you want to become grandma self, if you want to become someone to reckon to, even as a man,
that's great.
You should just go and read about her. This is someone that you understand. Okay, now we are even talking about respect. We are talking about.
Hello, how's it going, beautiful people? Welcome to another beautiful, interesting, and philosophical episode of Angles and Opinion. My name is Ayo Adewi MC Tech. And you know it already, I got the media queen. As usual, give them. Oh yeah now.
Let's go.
Who dey? I am Temidaya Akinwande. I am the media queen, and I am glad to be here today. Hello again.
Awesome. And my beautiful brother, how is it going?
I'm a handsome brother. And
you can also say beautiful too for a mother.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Who is this one?
You know how it is. It's MC Slim T. My name is Ogumbo Michael Akombi. My friends call me MC Slim T.
Yeah, thank you. Sure, good to have you again, MC Slim T. God
everyone.
bless you.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back. So before we dive too deep, it's gonna interest you to know that you might be wondering, but today I'm going to show you. I'm not going to be shocking you. I'm going to show you. This is quite private, but fine. For the worth of the topic we want to treat today, I think I reserve the right, okay, to not expose per se, but to share with you the marital status of this my co-host. Yeah, beautifully married, honorably married, yeah. Incoming.
Honorably single.
Incoming. But
honorably single.
Yeah, but no. What actually interests me here is actually balance, because she is in marriage and he is in a very fertile relationship.
Yes, sir.
A very fertile one.
We know.
A very fertile.
We know.
One. Mm-hmm. So, and because of that, it's going to be balanced today. Now, first off, one of the good things that everybody desires, right, is to settle down with a very the desired spouse or partner. And I begin to wonder, let's start like this. Do people really get to eventually marry who they desire? Tell me, don't worry, I won't play this part in the video. Would you say that your husband was a spec that you designed before you met him?
Perfect spec. Oh, if it is now till date. And no, let me go to till date. I still kind of like, oh, you fine, no?
It's fine. Let's leave it like that.
It's
not. The show is not for you and your own husband. Just ordinary simple question. Just.
It's a fine, Bobo. I was like, wasn't this guy?
Oh.
I was even you as a man.
I'm blushing on his behalf.
I'm not blushing. But fine. Good to know that I'm actually proud of him. Trust me. Yeah, and I believe, you see, one thing I know about Slim T will never settle for the less.
Of course.
This guy that I know You get no fine. You no can't get brain. You can't be kind. You can't even be in a cycle.
No,
So, but
yeah.
let me not just be partial. You might not, but let me not be partial.
saying.
So, at the moment, Slim T, would you say that lady is your spec?
Yeah, I always tell her that she's God sent.
Oh,
God sent.
Yeah.
He will just be putting God everything. God sent him to. God sent that to
put
you.
God inside your own. What
Okay.
You can put them
God, please
inside
send
your
to
own.
my word. I hear you.
Why
It's
now?
my God. It's my God.
He's your God.
You put them in.
Excuse me.
All
All right, that's a very nice one. Just wanted to start in a very light note. Okay, great. However, I know quite well that there are some elements,
He's
right?
married too. We're not skipping that.
There are
He's
some-
married too. Yes. Let me do
that
the expose quickly. He's married too.
You believe that?
Yes.
Believe that?
Yes.
He don't marry you.
He married.
If you like him, you better face God.
Okay. All right. So I know quite well that there are a good number of elements, right, that makes relationship very interesting.
All
And
right.
if I don't know anyone, I know after I'm going to name them right about now. So in your mind, begin to actually tell me what are those that you desire, or you say, or you know, that actually makes the elements that actually make marriage or relationship interesting.
Okay.
Relationship. Thank you. So one of them I know quite well is commitment. Okay. You know, in our today's world, it's beginning to go south, right? You find the guy, you know, committed to the relationship, and the lady too at first. But as time proceeds, you know, either of them for whatever reason begins to just slide back.
Yeah.
Right. So commitment is key. Another one I know quite well is finance.
Yeah.
My people, money is important. And I pray God give everyone. Money is important. And another one that I know quite well, quite frankly well, is submission. From the angle of the guy, from the angle of the girl. I know quite well in different
said.
capacity anyways.
I was waiting for you.
I know you're
thought
going to like that.
I thought
she
you
likes when
wanted
some
to say submission on the part of the woman.
No,
I was
well,
ready to blow you from here.
both
Because
sides,
I'm
but
going to be violent on this show
well,
today.
I know
I'll
quite,
just
well, I know what you mean. You know, she likes to just balance things, right? She doesn't like all this
Yeah.
for men, for women. But the truth is, it's going to be in different capacity, in different degree. Don't argue. Just take it like that. Just take it like that. But if you want to argue it, we're going to get an episode for that. All right. So what element do you think actually call for a very good relationship, a viable relationship?
All right. For me, one thing that stands out for me in a relationship is communication.
Communication.
Ooh.
Wow. Balanced
Where
one.
there is no assumptions. Because assumptions kill relationships easily. So because the person, your partner might be assuming that this person knows my opinion, this person knows what I'm thinking about, but it's best for you to communicate. It's as simple as it sounds. I think sometimes love is not everything.
Okay.
Love is very important in relationship. Love is very important. It's one of the
just part of
vital element of relationship. But communication, and when we are talking about communication, is genuine communication, not like how are you, I'm fine. No, I mean how are you,
Genuine.
what's happening,
How
are
is it
you
going?
doing?
Detailed me.
Detail your I am fine. You understand? So communication goes a long way
Great.
in relationship.
Wow, I like that.
And then you said you mentioned commitment already.
Yeah.
So I think openness.
Okay.
Because
Transparency.
transparency.
Great.
Transparency. You can be, when you're transparent, the person tends to see who you are really. And that can only happen when you communicate.
You are actually
well.
elaborating too far. We're going to create an episode for that actually element or core element of relationship. I don't want to start from that angle. We are actually elaborating. Okay, so tell me 2 of 3 that you think you've seen, you work with, and it's actually called for every good relationship.
Well, the first thing I was supposed to talk about was what he talked about.
Okay, that's communication,
Because
right?
It's key in every
I
relationship.
think women like that so much for whatever reason.
It's not.
They want to be heard.
When you hear a woman say, we need to talk, my brother,
You know you are in soup already.
Hey, we need to talk.
that particular statement,
My brother.
need to talk.
And if she now stands
My
saying
BP is
it,
like this.
yes,
Everything
now.
is like that.
Because
we need to
I
talk.
like what have I done? I'll first start from there. What have I done? Because most of the time, even when you are wrong or when you are right,
My brother.
is what you have done.
I'm telling you.
You end up begging,
no.
even if she's wrong.
Hey,
You understand? But
we
you
need,
understand. So
we need to
let's
talk
go back
is,
to her.
is a phrase that when you hear your body system changes. I tell you. So
Okay, so talking about the question you asked the other time,
The core element.
the core elements. Okay, I was going to talk about communication,
Oh, great.
but since you mentioned this, I'll just go on to talk about commitment and
Commitment. I
mutual
think I
respect.
also mentioned that actually.
Very
But fine.
Mutual respect.
Mutual respect.
And
Mutual
you know,
respect.
for mutual respect, it's a myth amongst African marriage.
Yeah.
They feel the respect is only to the man.
To the man. Yeah.
And the truth is, if you're going to have an awesome marriage or relationship, you have to respect your person. The man needs to respect the woman needs to respect the man. If it's out of it, then that marriage or relationship is already heading for the rocks.
Yeah.
Mutual respect.
Mutual respect. That's key.
Yes, because if it's lost, one person will be abusing the other.
Okay.
If it's the
You're
woman-
actually over explaining this because like I told
No,
you.
you can't say I'm over explaining.
You know why? I'm
Okay.
actually going somewhere. I want us to start from this core
Okay.
element.
Okay.
By the time if I didn't stop him, we were ready to,
No,
dive deep.
because
Yeah,
I actually
okay,
wanted
now I
to
get
buttress
you.
what she said, because
By the time you buttress
you
now,
cannot expect me to respect you when you are not respecting me.
Yes.
You understand? So,
Yes. Okay, so you're asking us not to go
okay,
into
so now
yes.
is that what you guys call mutual respect?
yeah, that's
Yes. I respect you, you respect me.
Wow.
If you don't respect me, then what are we doing?
So we will respect back.
You know, it's a myth
No.
in African culture that they feel that the respect should be to the man alone. But you see, when the man is not respecting the woman, if you check all the 5 abuses, he's abusing one of them. Either emotional abuse, either verbal abuse,
So to you,
either physical
to
abuse.
you, what is respect? People kept telling me it's mutual.
Yeah.
It's mutual.
Respect is respect, my darling.
Okay, so
Respect is respect.
with that
What
question,
you see as respect, yes, might be different
That's
from what
what-
respect is.
Yeah.
I was speaking with a friend who is now a friend some days ago. He asked, "Where do you live?" I mentioned where I live, and then he said, "No, you're lying." I just kept quiet. Then I said, "I feel insulted just now." He said, "Oh, you just started laughing. I'm sorry,
didn't mean it that
because I
way.
don't tell lies in the first place. So when you say I'm telling lies, you just insulted me." I just gave that example. Respect is respect. Every sane person knows what respect is, and you don't have to underplay what respect is. You don't have to underplay it because it is a woman involved. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because when it comes to, oh, I am a man or you're a man, when it comes to you being a man, you know what respect is. You know what you can take and what you cannot take. So when it now gets to the woman, you now want to underplay it. You now say, "Aburi daruni," and you expect her to take it.
You expect
No,
her to
now.
say thank you, sir.
And you expect her to say thank you, sir.
She will give you.
Or you say, "Baby, sit down there." Yeah, she's supposed to obey you, Abby, as the head. Huh? But she wants to go and pee. She's very pressed. I says, "Babe, please let me quickly go and pee." Then you now say, you know, for a chauvinist, the guy will now think that, no, she's disrespecting me. She did not obey me. Did you marry a robot? No, now you didn't marry a robot. So respect must be mutual because both of you are partners. If this thing is going to work, you have to respect her, and she needs to respect you in return too.
Yeah, I agree to that. But you know, why I needed to ask you what respect means to you, because the truth is, to some people, why are we not quickly accept or take respect is respect? No, respect needs to mean something to you. Now, for instance, for many men, right, respect could be as simple as submitting to them. And you agree with me that for every man, the respect is key.
I'm going to ask you, what do you mean by submission?
Okay, submission could be as simple as...
Wait, let me say something. Because in the African setting in marriage,
that
word submission has been overstretched and it has been abused.
It has been abused.
Really. Many African men don't even know what submission is.
I can say it as misunderstood.
Okay.
Not really means abused. Now, let me take you back to memory lane. Did you know, even up until now, there are some people, right? There are some wives wherein when they collect salary, they hand it over to their husband. Do you know that people like that? There are wives like that. The way you even smile shows I can't do it.
My husband will tell you I've done it before.
Oh, in the past?
I've done it before.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe
because it needed to be done.
Fine.
I smile.
To some men, they regard that as respect. Trust me. Now, to some men, they refer to care, sincere care as respect. In fact, to some men, give them timely food, timely care, timely whatever. That's respect to them. Now, but the mismatch is when you don't understand what your man, what your spouse, what your partner regards as respect. You might think we're respecting him, but to him or to her, no, it's not it.
For me, in a nutshell,
Okay.
I think respect can be termed as knowing what the other person stand for
And keeping to it.
Keeping to it.
That's it.
Do you understand?
Thank you for summarizing that.
Knowing
Because
what
I
the
was
other
I was
person-
about to, I would not want to use the word attack, but I was about to.
No, you don't have
I
to
told
attack
you
me.
violence
We
is
actually- we are-
the
No, no, no. So it's an opinion thing,
it's a
angle
deal.
thing.
No,
It's a
really,
deal. If
for-
you cannot stand by the deal, I think you shouldn't.
Yes.
So from what you said
At least
now,
you
right?
understand what the other person, and it should be mutual.
Yes.
You cannot seek respect and not give respect.
The example you gave
You
just
should,
now.
you should be the devil.
It is my money. How can you call my giving you my money respect? That's a narcissistic behavior. How can you call me giving you my money
No,
respect?
no.
Okay,
I
now
I have
let
done
me
that
explain
before,
to
not
you.
because of respect, but because it
So
was needed.
Why did you do that?
Do you understand?
You
Because
needed
it was needed
no,
at
no,
that
no,
point.
no. The one you would is
I
not
want to play.
the one.
I want
But
to give
it
you
is
an
not
I'm
example.
coming.
respect.
The one you did is not the one that is just I've done before. They do it perpetually. That's standard.
I want to do.
That's
I
what
want,
I even
I want
meant.
to give you an. I want to give you an
No.
example.
And it doesn't mean that the
No.
man will misuse
No,
or
I want to
mismanage the money.
No, it
Wait,
doesn't
wait.
work like
You
that.
might
You
not
work for your
want
money.
it, some-
I work for
No,
my
no, no,
money.
I want
no.
to give you an
Some
example.
some women do that. Do you know that? Some women
Wait,
do it.
wait.
Well, I would not want to use the word it is wrong. I would not want to say
Okay.
it is wrong for them to do that, because how you want to do your thing is different. But keep your money to yourself. Let him keep his money to himself. Then where there's need that arises, both of you know how you want to allocate
It should
money
be in
to.
the discussion,
Oh yes,
communication.
but I rendering my money, giving my money to you, that's not respect. It's even trying
did
to
you-
wait. Let me finish my talk. It's even trying to strip the woman of who she is. When she needs money, she'll not come and need her and say, "Baby, please, I want to buy a pata. I want to buy a pata today. Please give me money.
So-
I want to buy pad.
Let
Please give
me
me
cite.
what's
Let me
that?"
quickly cite an example. Right? It's within
I'm
1
coming.
minute. I'm done.
Feed me
Okay.
back on
Within
that.
1 minute. Okay. We actually went somewhere. My partner and myself. We went somewhere. I was the one that took her to the place we went to, and in between the line, the person that we went to visit sprayed her
Okay.
a quality amount of money.
Oh, great.
You know. So when we go back, and she was like, "Okay, let me count my money." She counted the money, and she was like, she now handed it over to me. She said I should take whatever I want. I said, "For what? It's your money. They sprayed you. Why are you handing it over to me? That you take what I want." He said,
Perfect
she now mentioned
gentleman.
something. She now mentioned something. She said, "They didn't teach me like that." It has
Okay.
different meanings. But to me, I just feel like,
Okay.
with the fact that we were there together,
Okay.
I took her there. Like, she just, out of respect, that I can take whatever I want.
Now, Slim T,
That is
You-
respect.
you okay?
That is
Finish what you were
respect.
about.
No,
Let him finish what
okay.
he's
Do you
saying.
get? Do you get? And for me, I just feel like, and I responded with, well, they didn't teach me to like that, because it is your money. But she now insisted.
I
I now
assure
took
you,
like,
plenty babes in
55%
the
of
comment
the money.
section for you.
you understand? Because for me, it gave her an edge on my side. Not what I really wanted. Not because for me that is not respect to me. But because she had done it gave me another insight about her personality,
Okay. Which is positive.
which is positive, right?
But it's not respect.
But it's not respect.
Thank
anymore.
you. That
because
is it.
a random person can still do that thing.
You know
Because-
what I've
you
noticed
understand?
about African
No, wait.
parenting?
Well, you landed with the point. I wanted to make a point in that verse when
All
you
right.
when you begged for a minute.
Okay.
Now, first off, I said, let me take you back the memory lane. Two,
All right.
I said some women do it. I used the word some women do it. I also used the word I said some men see it as respect. Now, it is not as if when you do that as a woman, you are a dummy. It doesn't mean that when you need money, you go and say, husband, I need someone. No.
And that's how you're supposed to get the money. When the
well,
money is
I
with the
wouldn't
man.
even know how to do it.
There's no way now.
No, I don't even know how to do it.
If
right?
somebody's
For me, I don't
controlling
even
your
try-
money,
No,
you have
not-
to beg to
not
get
in
it.
control.
When the money is control.
Oh my God.
It's witchcraft. Plain witchcraft.
Really?
Yes, control is witchcraft.
See,
Jezebel.
try
Witchcraft.
to get my point, right? I'm only saying some men see that act as respect.
Well, yes.
So how
it's
they
not like I
manage
do-
the situation, I don't even know. No.
Not like I do not know that some men see that act as respect, but
And
I'm telling you
some
now.
women themselves.
Yes, see it. Oh, bless you.
So it depends
This
on.
making you to come.
See,
It's making you to
water.
come.
It now boils back to the real meaning of respect when you understand.
That is why you need to
Slim
define. You need
Slim
to
T.
know what this partner sees as respect. That was I ask you that. What do you see as respect?
I get what your question is, but I want to say something. You see, living in an African home, I'm not talking about my home. I'm talking about general
African setting.
General African setting. The women, I mean, our mothers in those days, they have lived with abusive men. I'm not talking about physically abusive fathers. I'm talking about other form of abuse, like verbal,
Some even
like
say
emotional,
they were enslaved,
like emotional, every
And
other
most
form
the
of
time
abuse.
it's unconscious.
unconscious,
Wait,
and they're comfortable with that.
Wait, let me finish what I was saying. Yes, they've lived with these abusive men. They are used to it. In fact, because they want to stay married and they do not want the society to judge them as divorced, so they have accepted the undermining, the slave ship. I'm going to call it slavery. Yeah, they've accepted it, and they've transferred the same thing to their daughters. Because if you live with a man that beats you 24 hours a day, you don't go. You stay in the marriage. When your daughter gets married, she's going to see it as, okay, I need to
As a
endure
normal
it too.
thing.
Yes, she's going to see it as that. And that's why, you know, the shout for women leaving their abusive men, not just the physically abusive men, even verbally abusive and every kind of abuse. The shout, they talk about women leaving this abuse is on social media now, because this trend is passed on to their daughters. Now, when these men, I'm still coming. When these men that have lived with their abusive fathers now try to propagate the same thing to the daughters that have lived with abusive fathers too, they see it as a good thing. And then you will now think, oh, I'm living the perfect life. But have you thought of, you know, in a long time, I used to think that, yeah, respect and control, you know, it can work together. But I realized that it is witchcraft. You cannot say you love me and control me. No. I respect, I obey you. I am submissive to you, but don't control. It's witchcraft, plain witchcraft. Ahab, Jezebel, if you're a lover of Christ, read the Bible, control is witchcraft. So when you are not saying respect is a woman giving her money, you see that one, I will not agree. Lie. I will not agree. It's plain witchcraft.
All right, so
why would you want to control her?
Among the core elements that is important for every vibe and every fertile relationship.
Yeah.
You've mentioned commitment, communication, respect. What other core factors have we mentioned? What other elements?
We talked about commitment.
Openness,
yes. Transparency, right? So we need to add more. If that's the case, since I want to talk about today, let's go scatter the table, build the table, shatter the table.
We turn to Shatawali.
So let us actually know what other element that you think people have they've mismanaged, they've misused. Finances. We just wrap that up now, because if you go back, you see, finance in marriage is actually a topic that we cannot even exhaust. Trust me.
We can't exhaust everything.
You see that finance?
Yeah, it's very important.
You see that finance? Just wait, leave down. It's going to be an episode on its own. Now, another thing I believe is key, you know, and it's actually key, is sexual intimacy.
Ooh, okay.
Sexual intimacy. So I know quite well that Slim Team, I'm like, no, I have no experience. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I don't know what.
From experience, you might not know.
Okay.
Bro, being a lettered person, you've read, you've seen, you see stuff on social media. You can still,
like, you shared some of your experience with me.
Which experience I shared with you? Excuse me. Okay, so really, sexual intimacy is another very important thing. So what other core element would you say it's necessary for every good home or every good relationship?
Well, I thought you wanted to talk about sexual intimacy.
You
just wanted to brush it.
I just wanted to mention it.
I think
also mention it.
For a relationship, I think this too is also important. Your values, and your core values, and your beliefs.
Wow, those are keys. Trust. Core values. So I usually tell the younger ones that look.
In line.
Oh, great. That's very correct. So I do tell the younger ones that I still trusting God for a partner, and they ask me, Hey, why? How do we get to know who is the right person for us? How do I know this person? Well, the first person I tell them is, guys, you need to also first of all know yourself. Self-awareness is important.
Yes, that's important.
So for all of these elements I'm talking about, call things, important days, this and that. The very first thing is self-knowledge. You need to know yourself. Now, when you know yourself, you can tell the person that can complement. Because I feel that being in a relationship with someone simply means that this other person should be able to complement you. Mm-hmm. So one of my examples I do give, prime example is, look, if for instance you know yourself to the extent of knowing that you have a calling. By the time you see a lady, I mean as a guy you have a calling, right? Mm-hmm. By the time you see a lady and you feel, well, I'm cool with this person. If in a statement you begin to hear things like, I can't settle with a pastor, well, I think at that point you don't have to push too hard.
Obviously, yeah.
Right? You don't have to push too hard.
You don't have to even.
You know, when I was preparing for marriage, there's this particular lady I love so much. I really wanted to have her, and I've been pursuing her. Right? Mm-hmm. Then the day she finally give me a response, she said, "Well, Teka, I love you and I like you, but we can't really marry." Oops.
Why?
That was the question I asked, and she said, because I'm a people's person. You know, I'm always being a social worker. No, social worker, right? No. Being an entertainer, right? An entertainer, sorry. So I'm going to be there. And she said she never planned in life to settle with someone that everybody will be around her. Did you know I didn't even struggle with her? And I'm not even ready to shift my career in that end anyways because of her.
Yeah.
And I told her, I said, well, it's great that you could tell me this simply shows that you know yourself. And I respect her for that. And I just backed out. As simple as that. So if you say, okay, I have calling, excuse me, or I want to be a politician tomorrow, or a farmer tomorrow.
Someone that will compliment.
Yes. And this partner is telling you, me, I can't go and I'm ready to be saying, my Nigerian people, you go know someone, this one go feel work. Oh, let me find out. The way Tim is looking at me, she could actually have a contrary opinion to that, right?
I don't.
Share with me.
I don't. I'm on the same page.
On the same page with me. Yes. Great. So at this point, Slim T, is there any particular traits you see in women in relationship that you think they are using is actually trend at the moment and it's not the right way, the right thing to do? One of them that I know, and it doesn't really make sense, is this topic of feminism. It did that, I will do this. Men do this, women must do this. If this is how men want it, women will give them back. To me, it's actually it's a virus that is eating deep into good relationship, and it's not making things happen well. These were not happening in our father's days. So, are we going to say feminism is an act wherein you want to be like your husband, you want to be like your partner, you want to be like the men do? So for me, it's actually a serious thing. I think the world needs to address it. For me, okay,
like you said, for me, I'm a feminist.
Really?
Yeah. Because if you understand the actual meaning of feminism,
please educate me.
Producer, please, you have burgers in the house.
Educate me.
We need to give him like 10 packs of it.
Educate
me.
Are you also a feminist?
Like 10 bowls. Yeah. No, I'm like, not like I'm a feminist. Because I am here, no there.
Oh, because
look at you.
Feminism doesn't have anything to do with the gender itself.
Really?
Yeah.
Educate us, please.
Okay, feminism for me is women doing the same thing, achieving the same height every man achieves.
So is that definition?
If a man can be a president of a country, a woman should be a president of a country.
Yeah.
Okay.
You understand? You understand? I'm just trying to break it down. That is the simple.
Well, that's not the definition the world gives you.
No. That is where education comes in play. People use their own character to change the actual meaning of feminism. You see someone that is proud, that does not give a shit about anybody.
And
then she says, a feminist.
I'm a feminist.
Is not portraying, your attitude is not portraying the actual meaning of
someone
feminism.
speaks to you and you are all over the place with abuses
Do you
and
get?
everything,
And you say because you are
I
a
say because I'm a
feminist.
feminist.
It does not portray the actual meaning of feminism.
That's the reason I said I'm neither here nor there concerning the feminism thing.
You need
Yes,
to- you
the
need to
actual
pick a
meaning
part.
of feminism is what I stand for. But
Okay.
you see the witchcraft going around amongst
But if you
women.
tell someone you are a
concerning-
feminism,
And
you
they
are,
are
you are
the
a
ones
believer of
that-
that feminist, sorry, or you're a believer of feminism, they be like, look it twice.
That's the reason I said
That's-
I'm neither here nor there, because of what people have tagged it to
We
be
need to
now.
educate them.
Now they've made it look like it's witchcraft, and it's not
Which is
witchcraft.
not.
Like my dad said one time. I was even courting then. I wasn't married then. I went to my dad and I told him it was paining me that my husband wasn't telling me what he was making, blah 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 blah. And we talk about the matter, and when the money comes in, he doesn't discuss with me. And my dad looked me in my eye. He said, "Are you a witch?" That thing struck me too much. Jesus
Because it's understanding
Christ.
from your man's perspective.
And you see, I love my dad so much. So because of what he said, I had to just listen. He said, "Are you a witch? So why are you following everything that
Trends.
comes into his account? Why do you want to know everything?" Not like I want to know everything. I just feel it's transparency. You know how we used to. No.
That's never
Let him
transparency.
tell
now.
you what
People
he
tell
wants
you
to
anything.
tell you.
It's as simple as
And
that.
you too. Tell him what you want to tell him about your finance. Not like you cannot be opened. You can be opened.
Yeah.
In fact, you're supposed to be open to what is. But it's not like 5 naira and I'll pick my call and say, "Baby, 10 naira just drop now." Then another 10 there. "Baby, 10 naira just drop now."
You go even
Ah,
tire.
kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀?
You go tire now. You go tire.
So where I'm going to with this is that the way they have made this feminism thing look like now, like kò gbọ́, kò ní gbọ́, kò ní gbà. You step me now,
So that's
I must
the
break
one I
your
was actually
head.
talking about.
Yes, you
Which
break.
is not making homes to work.
Yes, it's not making it work.
All right. So that is one.
If you want to know the actual feminist,
Okay.
that a female, that what feminism stand from, look at Ibukun Awoshika. That amazing woman. That woman should be every woman's role model in this country. If you want to achieve, if you want to become someone in life,
Mrs. Ibukun. Okay.
Mrs. Ibukun Awoshika. Mommy, in fact, mommy, I'm sorry for saying Ibukun Awoshika. Mommy, Ibukun Awoshika. If you want to become grandma self, if you want to become someone to reckon to, even as a man,
That's great.
you should just go and read about her. This is someone that you understand. Okay, now we are even talking about respect. We are talking about this for man and all that stuff. This is someone that is a billionaire. She said, I could remember there was a seminar that she said that the actual meaning of what was this word that you guys were fighting over the other time?
Respect.
No.
Feminism?
No. That a woman should do for her husband.
Giving the man money.
There's this word, I've forgotten the word. That she said
Submission.
The actual meaning of submission is for a woman actually is not when you want to do something and you are telling your husband says you should do it, your husband says you should not do it and you didn't do it.
Oh, I know what you mean. I know.
That the actual submission is when you want to do that thing, you are the one that you want to use your own money to do it and your husband tells you not to do it
and you didn't do it
and you don't do it.
Yes,
that is the
I've heard that
actual
before.
submission. But because she didn't elaborate it, because I understood from the perspective she was talking from, the actual explanation of what she said was because at least for you to have been with that person, you should trust him enough to know that he is protecting you from some things,
or even lead you aright,
and to lead you in the right path. And that is why he's telling you not to do that thing. It might be something that he would just tell you that you are going to do this thing that you said, that you mentioned the other time. But at that time you mentioned it. It's not from a place of pain. It's not telling you not to do it from a place of pain or from a place of the fact that he does not want you to do it. He's telling you to protect you and to guide you. Do you understand? So those things that is why we have to, you see, this thing is relative. Okay. All this respect, communication, they are relative. And it has to do with the people in partnership. You guys have to sit down.
What works for you? Because some people will say, I've heard of a particular couple that the wife works and she barely has time to cook. You get, and the man keeps fighting that you're not cooking for us in the house, you're not submissive, you're not a good woman. But myself and my husband now sat down, we talked about it. That Mama Oyedepo, we're not talking about her age now, with the responsibilities in front of her. Do you think she would have time to be toiling in the kitchen? She has cooks. These are examples. These are godly examples that we can look at. She has cook that we cook for the man. Once in a while, she can hit the kitchen. You get
that
to
mommy
cook.
might be cooking for daddy.
She cannot do it 24/7. Do you know what time they get to the...
Okay, Baba serve the day house. How many times Baba serve the chop?
Even if he's at home, wait. Do you want to kill her?
Do you see all those women?
Wait, let us say this thing. Okay. Covenant hour of prayer starts 5 a.m. 5 to 6, and there is another program for 7. Where do they have that time?
Baba self go even talk say make she dey cook.
Sunday service starts 5. Wait, you know he will die now. You want him to die?
Mama go dey cook.
Not like no. Not like she. I'm not saying she cannot cook.
But I'm saying that
they have cooks actually. This I know. They have cooks.
They have cooks of your obviously.
Yes, they do.
Doubt. Wait. Sorry to digress. I don't really like to talk about people like that. But since you have mentioned, let me just cite my own opinion about it.
Because there are examples we are supposed to be looking at. They are real life. We don't need to go anywhere. They are examples.
I know. But the truth is, people like that, trust me, especially for mothers in that category, Mommy Oyedepo, Mommy Adeboye, Mommy Olukoya, all of those people, all of those great women of God, well, they have the capacity to have cooks in their house, right? But in my opinion, I'm thinking, I can't even prove it anyways, because I don't even have personal relationship with them. Women like that, they would rather cook for their husband.
Well, women like that, like Mama, knows that, yes, if I can, I will cook. But they know their duty, that their duty is worth more than staying in the kitchen. It's a whole lot.
Even the man knows already. Even the man feel the verse for her if she enter kitchen.
If you know that, I attend the church, and if you know the programs they do, you will know that Mama cannot kill herself. Let me give you an example of a normal Sunday service. They go to church 5 a.m.
Like 4
services. From 5 a.m. to 12. And that's 12, maybe there will still be meetings, blah, blah, blah. That's why you're telling me that they will not eat all day.
They know how to manage all of those things. It's now business. But the truth is, they are role models, right? Like you mentioned, Mommy Aoshika, Mommy Adeboye, all of those people, they are great women of God. And they still know how best to manage their homes, right? Despite all of those business, which is actually key
all
for
the
everyone.
Billions in dollars.
For everyone, it's actually, regardless of how much you have, how busy you could be, managing your own front. Your home is actually.
But yes,
all right. So I was asking, those myths that people believe, and it's actually a cankerworm or a virus in homes. We mentioned this so-called feminism. So which other one?
Not so-called feminism is a good thing.
Oh, it's a good thing. Okay.
It's for the understanding
and what your own definition from your own definition.
That's the right definition for feminism. Actually,
from the word definition.
But what some people have turned it to now, it's a no for me.
So, do you have another one you might want to add to that?
I talked about great character.
Great character. No, I mean no. The negative ones. I mean.
Oh, the negative ones. Oh.
That people need to stop.
I think following trends as well.
Following trends.
I think these social media trends and all.
Okay.
They believe that a relationship and the man should always be I think there's this mindset that they have. Obviously, the man that is coming into your life, you know that he would provide. Okay. But if you're not married, I don't think he should be indicted to make provision. But as the responsible person, you know the right time. Obviously, not this one now is for both male and female, right? Okay. As a man, you should know that for you to ask a woman out, you go. That is why we talk say relationship, money must.
So anyway, sense of responsibility.
Okay. And then the lady should not.
My producer already saying
all her life
on the guy.
Yeah,
I guess we should continue this topic.
This episode will have episodes.
Sub-sessions.
I said it before. I said when it comes to relationships, you can actually you can't be done with it. You can't be done with it. All right, we wish to continue, but you just have to stop at this moment. Just do well to follow us so that I can follow up another episode.
If you want us to do the
more of
sessions of this particular
let's
episode,
let us
hear from you.
Important. That's important. So just drop it there. If you want to hear more of this, you want us to talk more about it, let us know in the comment section. All right. Thanks for your time and thanks for being with us. Till we come your way next time, do remain safe and healthy.
Don't forget it's Angles and Opinions podcast.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.